Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, TETE just filed an 8K report detailing a material definitive agreement and amendments to their Articles of Association, and I'm seeing a crucial extension that signals their SPAC journey is far from over. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. The company is pushing back their deadline to find a business, and that tells us a lot about their current situation. So what is the big news from Technology and Telecommunication Acquisition Corporation, or TETE as they're known? Well, they held a shareholder meeting on the 20th of August 2026, and the main event was approving an extension for their business combination deadline. This is a pretty standard move for special purpose acquisition companies, or SPACs. When they haven't found a company to merge with yet, the shareholders voted to give TETE an extra 6 months, pushing the deadline from the 20th of August 2026 all the way to the 20th of February 2027. This means they now have a total of 61 months, or a little over 5 years, since their initial public offering to get a deal done. This is a pretty significant extension, and it implies that finding the right merger target is taking longer than they initially hoped. They also amended their trust agreement with Continental Stock Transfer and Trust Company to match this new timeline. Essentially, the people managing the money in the trust agreed to hold onto it for longer, while TETE searches for a company to buy. This is crucial because SPACs need to return the money to shareholders if they don't complete a merger within a certain time frame. And that time frame has just been extended. What is really interesting here is that despite this extension being voted on, no shareholders elected to redeem their shares at this particular meeting. This is a good sign for TETE. It suggests that a majority of their shareholders still believe in the company's ability to find a good deal. Remember, when shareholders redeem, it means they want their money back, and that reduces the cash available for the merger. The fact that no one cashed out here is a positive signal, especially considering that over 1,000 shares were redeemed back in March. Now, if you are looking for a way to stay on top of these filings and understand their real-world impact, you should check out Decoded.report. It distills complex financial data into easy-to-understand risk assessments and red flag scans directly from SEC filings. You can find the direct link in the description and the pinned comment. So with that out of the way, back to the filing. TETE's publicly traded securities are units, ordinary shares, and redeemable warrants, all trading on OTC Pink. The units consist of one ordinary share and half a redeemable warrant, with each whole warrant exercisable for one ordinary share at an exercise price of $11.5. This structure is pretty typical for SPACs. The company has also checked the box indicating they are an emerging growth company. This means they can take advantage of certain regulatory and financial reporting exemptions, which is common for newer companies. The filing also touches on a material definitive agreement, which is essentially a significant contract that could impact the company's finances or operations. In this case, it is an amendment to their investment management trust agreement. This just formalizes the extension we've been talking about. This section talks about amendments to their Articles of Association, which are like the company's constitution. These amendments will officially allow for that 6-month extension to their business combination deadline. This is where we get the details on what was voted on at the shareholder meeting. We already know the key outcome was the extension, and it passed overwhelmingly, with over 3.4 million shares represented and no opposition to the extension proposals. The shareholders are clearly giving TETE more time. Looking at the exhibits, we see the amended Articles of Association. This is the official document that spells out the new terms for the company's structure and operations, including that extended deadline. And here is the amendment to the trust agreement. It is all about ensuring the funds stay in the trust account until the new deadline, the 20th of February 2027. When a SPAC like TETE needs to extend its deadline, it is often a sign that they are facing challenges in finding a suitable merger target or that market conditions are not favorable for a deal. This situation isn't entirely uncommon in the SPAC world, especially in recent years. For example, many SPACs that went public in 2020 and 2021 are now facing similar deadline extensions as the market for de-SPAC transactions has become more difficult. If a SPAC fails to find a merger partner and the deadline passes, the funds held in trust are typically returned to shareholders. Given that TETE has secured this extension, the immediate risk of liquidation has been averted. However, the extended timeline also means more time for potential market shifts, or for the company to potentially face further dilution if they issue more shares to finance operations during this extended search period. The fact that no shareholders redeemed at this meeting is encouraging, suggesting confidence, but the ultimate success hinges on finding and closing a deal before February 2027. Alright, that is my take. Stay decoded. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description.